Coming up, the Blue World team goes deep in search of spooky lost shipwrecks in the dark waters of Lake Champlain. Welcome to Jonathan Bird's Blue World.
I'm heading to beautiful Burlington, Vermont on the shores of Lake Champlain. The Zacks and I, along with our new assistant diver Annalise, are going to explore some deep shipwrecks. Lake Champlain is located on the border between Vermont and New York State. We already did some really cool dives on the historic canal schooners, which were used to transport materials to and from New York City. These wrecks were covered in marine life and shallow enough to have a fair amount of natural light. But today, we're going deeper. Our adventure begins at Waterfront Diving Center in Burlington with our guide Sheila Cooley.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Beautiful day for a dive.
Isn't it?
It's raining outside, but we don't care. We're gonna get wet anyway. Since we're diving on the deeper side, we're using a special breathing mixture called nitrox, which must be analyzed before the dive. We suit up and take a walk over to the marina to load the boat. Captain Larry has his funky landing craft dive boat ready to go. And Sheila's ready too. It might be rainy, but there's no wind. It's nice and calm. Perfect dive day. Soon we arrive at the mooring ball for the Vallee tugboat. The Vallee was a steam-powered tugboat operating in the early 1900s on the lake. It sank in 1931 and vanished for 65 years. Since the wreck is deep, we have limited time to work, so we split into two teams. We're sending the advanced team down with the lights to set them up so they're ready to go when we get down there. All right, man. See you down there. Zach of all trades and Annalise are going to place some lights. Cameraman Zach and I follow about 5 minutes later. Hey everybody, have you subscribed? You know we only put out like one episode a month, so you're not going to get a lot of notifications from us. So just hit the button. We follow the mooring line into the cold darkness of 100 feet. The surface is over 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's only 45 down here. Vallee is part of the Lake Champlain Underwater Historic Preserve, so we cannot go inside the shipwreck. The Vallee sank in 1931, but due to the lack of detailed records on the sinking and its depth, the wreck was not found until 1996. But the cold water down here has preserved her well. There are almost no zebra mussels on the wooden hull. The helm is in pretty good shape, but the wheelhouse that it was in has been blown clean off, either by air pressure as the ship sank or by an explosion. As we head towards the stern, we peek inside the doorways without going inside. This looks like a bunk room. Further back, we see the steam engine. This is one of the very few steamboat wrecks in Lake Champlain that still has the engine aboard. On top of the wreck, part of the smokestack from the engine. The rest of it can be found in the mud next to the wreck. There's a huge cleat for tying up other boats to be tugged. And down on the bottom, the prop and rudder, half buried in muck. As I swim back towards the bow, I'm struck by the lonely desolation of this historic ghost of the abyss. For nearly 100 years, she has quietly rested peacefully in this cold darkness. We can only spend a short time here before no decompression limits force us to ascend. We're grateful for the return of light and warmth as we make our way to the surface.
You want to talk about some spooky Scooby-Doo stuff right there. That was like the spookiest time I ever did.
Well, you know, that's...
You can't see a hint of light from this light on the stern. Not the slightest glow. Nothing. And all you have is just barely the little bit of light that gets through down there, and it's dark. Very spooky. Very, very spooky.
The next day, the sun has returned and we're heading out to a wreck that we know nothing about. Captain Larry found this wreck, and he's the only one who knows where it is. There's no mooring on it, so we have to place our own marker.
Very technical here.
When Larry hits the right location on his GPS, Sheila throws the weight, and with any luck, it will land on the wreck. But the rope is too short to reach that far down. So we recover the line and add some more rope.
Okay.
The second time is the charm. Hopefully we bullseyed the wreck. And there's no way to know without going down to look.
Except for air.
Except for air.
All right.
We drop down through the thermocline into the cold water below. And wouldn't you know it, the marker landed right smack dab in the middle of the wreck. Sheila leads the way. All we know about this wreck is that it's a wooden barge that caught fire and sank. We don't know the name of the barge or the year it sank. Since it's not part of the historical preserve, we can swim inside the wreckage and have a look around. We need to be really careful because the visibility is not good at all. Timbers inside the wreck look pretty good. But the fire really did a number on the deck planks. The evidence of the fire is everywhere in the charred remains. wreck is strung with fishing line from snagged hooks, which is how the wreck was discovered. A motorcycle tire was used as a bumper, and the hull looks solid. The darkness, depth, and cold water combined with murky visibility make this wreck super spooky. And after half an hour, we must depart. We do a short decompression stop for safety before we ascend to the surface. Lake Champlain has a rich maritime history dating back to the 1600s with wrecks of all ages, some of which have been documented, while others remain a mystery. No matter where our adventures take us, we always find something fascinating in the blue world. Hey everyone! Have you subscribed to our Extras channel, Blue World Plus? It's full of great behind the scenes and additional fun content. Check it out now!